we are here, and I've not unmuted Judd. Here we go. There he is. He's unmuted. The reason why
Welcome back to Dragon Ball Z roleplay. Today I'm going to be playing Vegeta, and Jake's going to be playing Goku. Are you ready, Jake?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Kakarot! I have destroyed the Twin Towers, Kakarot. I serve Al Qaeda now. Al Qaeda is my master, Kakarot. That's right. I have been trained by the jihads.
The jihad.
The jihad.
Oh God. Well, that took a turn. Okay. Well, Judd, so good news, everybody. Like on Flintstones, you know. That's the program.
I remember when Bam Bam came in saying good news, everyone.
No, the reason why I can hear a dog in the background of your audio is because Judd's lost his good microphone and destroyed his headset, but he's going to buy a new one, everyone. Don't worry about that. No, what I want to tell you is the reason why... what normally happens when we record this podcast, right, is we do some stupid funny bit, then we play the intro music, and then we continue with the podcast. But we didn't do that today. We just played the intro music and started. And then we did
a funny bit.
And yeah, we did it in the wrong order. But the reason for that, Judd, is we have a genuine, actual sponsor. This is not a drill. This is actually not a drill, and I'm not joking.
No, we don't.
No, seriously, I'm not joking.
You're lying. You are lying.
No, let me explain. The platform that I use to publish these as podcasts, you know, to like Spotify and Apple Music and things like that, they have like a sponsorship scheme where if you like just say, yes, I want sponsors, then they match you with sponsors and you just record a quick little ad and it puts it at the start of your podcast. And before it matches you with any, you can record an ad for Anchor, the thing we use to publish them, and like that can be a first sponsor. So whenever we record a podcast now, that gets slapped to the start, and we've already made $0.03. So there you go.
We made 3 cents.
That's what we made. It's quite weird because the way sponsors normally work, if you do them privately, is you get contacted by a sponsor and they ask you to, you know, put an ad in your podcast, and they'll just give you like a lump sum for like a certain amount of podcasts, or even for one podcast or whatever. That's normally how it works. But this, it's still a sponsor, but it's per listen that you get paid.
Okay.
Which for people who like, you know, for small podcasts that no one really listens to like ours, that's pretty decent because it means that you can make, you know, 50 cents, which is more than nothing. Right? You know, if you were massive, if you were massive, then doing it this way, you'd probably lose like 20 grand. But for people who don't make any money at all, you may as well do it this way and make like 50 cents. So
that makes sense.
So genuine sponsors. How do you feel about that? It feels more professional, I think.
I feel a bit upset that it's not Bad Dragon, if I'm being completely honest. But
yeah, but we're hoping to do a private hush deal for them. You know.
It's not going to be under the table.
No. It'll just be a private sponsor. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So, Borderlands 3, Judd. I'm guessing that's consumed your life. Did you start playing it last night? Because it was technically released last night, like at like 2 a.m. Because, like, obviously it came out in America when that turned.
Yeah. No, what I was gonna do was I downloaded it yesterday, so it was all set up ready for me to play today. And then I was gonna go to work, then come back and then start playing it.
You mean yesterday at like early hours of the morning? Was that when you could download it?
No, you've been able to download it for like weeks.
But you just couldn't play it.
You just can't play it.
Right.
So I downloaded it, and then I was like, right, well, tomorrow I'll be able to play it. So tomorrow I'll go to work, and then I'll come back and I'll play it. I actually haven't been into work today.
Right.
There was a car crash not that far from where I live, and basically the buses got cancelled coming through that way. So There was no way I could get to work.
How did
So,
your employer feel about that?
well, my boss now is like a really nice guy, and like he saw. I think he probably also saw online that I weren't bullshitting, because I checked online, because I was like stood there for about 20 minutes waiting for a bus, and I was just wondering where the fuck the buses were.
Yeah.
And I checked online, and there'd been a car crash. So he's probably seen it by now as well. And
It's
just like,
nice to have a good boss. It makes a massive difference to how happy you are in a job.
Yeah. But yeah, so it just happens by chance that I couldn't make it into work today. So I have been spending the last 6 hours playing Borderlands 3.
Jesus Christ, you completed it yet?
No, and you know what? I wouldn't even say that I'm like a 10th into it, like into the story. I'm on like chapter 6 of the story, and it feels like I barely even scraped it.
You'll be speedrunning it in 10 hours by the time by like next month. You'll be speedrunning it in 10 hours.
Yeah, I know all the glitches and stuff, and all the ways to farm and everything. But no, it's fantastic so far from what I've seen of it.
Yeah,
I love it. I think it's phenomenal. Like the gunplay in it, the combat is so nice. Like,
well, it's number one on Twitch at the minute for viewers.
Yeah. It's like, you know how in Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, combat sort of got like almost a bit samey. Like,
yeah, I guess it was just shoot at stuff. That's kind of the whole thing, really. Use your ability sometimes.
But because gunplay just feels so tight now, and there's such like a variety of guns, and you can mix and match different skill trees and like action skills and stuff, and the sliding and the faulting and stuff like that.
Is it a different engine?
It's just, I think so. I'm not too sure though.
Normally you can tell on like the feel of it, how everything feels to move.
It feels completely different.
It'll be a different engine then, I think.
Yeah, it does feel like a completely different game. I mean, it is a different game, but it's it feels awesome to play. It looks awesome. It sounds awesome. It even smells awesome. It's fantastic. I'm having such a good time with it, honestly.
Well, good.
I thought like, I mean, the villains, like,
it's using
they're not
Handsome
Jack.
4. I think it's just like an updated version of the engine they've used before. So I'm pretty sure it was on Unreal before, weren't it?
Yeah, it's Unreal 2 or 3, weren't it?
Yeah.
I think it's Unreal 3, but yeah, the two main villains, I've not seen much, like loads of them yet. They seem
you have to be real careful with me, right? Because I'm real picky about spoilers. I'm gonna download this after we've done on podcast, and I'll probably not get to play it tonight, to be honest, because
I'm not gonna say about spoilers. God, there's one thing I do want to say, but I think you won't like it, so I'm just not gonna say it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. When probably next time we do a podcast, when like I've ran through everything, when I fully got through everything, I'll be able to like tell you fully. Like,
well, I'll have probably got through it by then. I'm expecting us to have probably completed it within like a week, to be honest. I mean,
well,
I know it's Borderlands, but
I'm spending today and then the next 2 days doing nothing but playing this game. So
yeah, I think the kind of plan that we had for it was to go through it solo, essentially, and play the main story. For me, I want to complete all the side quests and things as well. I love doing all of that.
Yeah, I'm doing all the side quests.
Essentially, do all of that solo, and then do like a run, like a stream run. I don't know whether I'm going to stream any of Borderlands 3 like solo or anything like that, but or even if you want to, you may as well. You can do it from your computer as well. So, but yeah, I mean we can, but the main sort of thing for watching on stream would be the double run, the double-edged dildo run that we'll do. Speaking of double-edged dildos, I just want to remind everyone that you can get this podcast on twitch.tv/gamesbadly, as well as more Jacob Fox on YouTube if you want to watch it with a video. But the best places are Apple Music, Spotify, all the audio streaming platforms that you're used to, because that's where the sponsors are. That's where we get money from. So listen to it on those. if you really want the video, press the video on YouTube or Twitch and just play the audio on Spotify. That's the best way to do it, really. Also, there's links in the description of all those places for merch. I had a new merch design, Judd. Do you want to react to that?
Sorry, I blanked out because I was thinking about Vegeta blowing up the Twin Towers again.
I think you should check out the new merch design.
Okay, link me it then.
Hold on. It's if you've not seen what we're talking about, I do these like weird drawings, and you can get them as like, I mean, I guess a t-shirt, but like anything really. Like there's phone cases, there's all sorts, and you can get it on Redbubble. There's links in the description of wherever I've just seen it, of wherever you are getting this podcast, to be able to take a look at that sort of thing. I sent Judd a link, and I think, yeah, you can see it on screen now if you're watching the video. Hold on. Yeah. What do you think of that, Judd? Give that a description. How would you describe that to the people who are just doing audio
What's
only?
What's it meant to be? What's it meant? I don't get it. It's like a gross face.
Yeah. Do you know what I was thinking when I drew this? Like, this is great for the people who have only got audio, because they can imagine what it is.
Hold on, wait. Why does it have 14?
14 what?
This has got to be like, what is? Because it's like got 14 5-star reviews.
What? Where? I don't see any reviews on it.
But not on, like, I'm sure it's not like on your design. I'm sure it's like on the idea of getting like a premium t-shirt as a whole.
Yeah. It must be. You've gone on the t-shirt design then.
Yeah, this is.
I don't see any. Oh yeah. That's just on the t-shirt. That's not for.
They've got to have done that like themselves. That like, there's no way somebody's actually come on this website.
No, that's
and
reviewing,
gone, like,
because that's reviewing the t-shirt, not the actual design.
Yeah, no. So I'm. That's what I'm saying. Like, no one's actually come on here and put great print, feel, and cut. Will def order from RB again. Like, Redbubble have put this on themselves.
No. You're wrong. But it doesn't matter anyway. It's what I was thinking when I made this design was, I was designing. You know, like there's that kind of like, I don't want to say he's retarded, because that's not what I mean. But there's always that person who, like, yeah, loads of people come across them where they'll say something like, "Can we be friends?" You know, like, and then like anyone who says that's like, I don't really want to be, no. But there's not, like, you're not nasty or anything like that. I've got no like nice reason to not want to be friends with you, but I really don't want to be, because you're just weird and like kind of gross.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You will know what I mean. Surely you've had someone like who's like just been weird and tried to like be involved with you, and you're kind of forced to be nice to them because you've got no reason not to be. And but they're just weird, and you don't really want to be friends with them in any way.
I've not got a clue what you're talking about.
That's only because you're dumb, though. Everyone will relate to that, I'm sure. I certainly have had that before.
You know, that made me want to cry. Looking at that design made me want to cry.
If you also want to cry, take a look at Redbubble and find my designs on there.
If you also want to cry, consider checking out our sponsors.
So, what's I want to know a general like quick spoiler-free sort of like 1-sentence review of Borderlands 3 then, Judd.
Quick paced, good humor, lots of customization, like Skyrim but with guns.
Well, is it not just like more Borderlands, just more? You know, like Borderlands 1, right? You know, great game, love that. And then Borderlands 2 came, and it was just more Borderlands, and that's great.
The thing is, I'd almost say that this game feels like not very much at all like a Borderlands game. Like, even I didn't like pre-sequel that much. Like, I actually really didn't like it, but it still felt like a Borderlands game. This doesn't feel like very much at all like a Borderlands game, and I don't care, because whatever I'm playing, I'm really enjoying.
I suppose it's got to feel like a Borderlands game. There's no way it can't, with the whole setting and the look and everything. So surely it does, but like they're obviously not falling into that trap that people always bitch about with stuff like Call of Duty, where it's like same.
Yeah, because it is quite new. There's like new stuff to do. It's a new engine. There's like new forms of gameplay. There's
studios get it wrong all the time as well, though, because if you think about the pre-sequel, they thought that just meant adding more mechanics and things like that. That's not good.
If you're putting lasers and butt slams, then you're fine, aren't you?
Well, zero gravity and it's just that just makes it breaks your game. You can't just add more and more features, because then there's more and more stuff to manage to make it balanced. So that's where they messed up there. So from the sounds of it sounds like they've not done that, which is good. Obviously, it's the main studio doing it. It's not the Australian one. So I'm guessing that there's not like an abundance, like a weird amount of Australian characters.
There's been one Australian character so far, and
yeah, but not like that's 60% of them.
Yeah, no, they're mostly American, I'd say.
Yeah,
but I've said on this podcast before, for some reason, when there's just like everybody speaking, like I like the Australian accent when it's like up to 3 people, but then if everybody's speaking Australian, I want to blow my fucking brains out.
It feels weird, doesn't it? It feels but that's not in the context of like if you were around a bunch of actual Australians, like if you were in Australia, that's not a problem. It's in like a movie or games or something. It's weird, and I don't know why. Because the thing is, if you were watching a movie, right, set in France where everyone was speaking English but they all had French accents, no problem. Don't care about that accent. It's specifically Australian. It's just weird. I don't know.
I reckon French should do it with me as well. Actually,
no. If a movie was set in France, it'd be fine. But it's kind of like Ratatouille. There's only like 2. Oh, actually, there's quite a few. All the rats are American, aren't they?
Yeah, all the rats are American. The main guy is American.
Yeah, I were only thinking the main guy really, because the main woman and like the villain and
he's French.
Obviously, the bad guy's British, like, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I don't know. I wanted to give you a quick Apex update on what I've been doing on Apex, Judd.
Okay, go on then.
I'm at level 99 now.
Okay.
I've been grinding hard. I got an over 1,000 damage game, which was pretty good. I've had a 7-kill game. I've been getting a lot better, to be honest. I always complete my dailies, and I'm definitely going to finish my battle pass before. But are you just running off? You're just wandering off?
Yeah, I'm just running away from you.
What are you actually doing? You opening your window?
I know, I was shutting it.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to complete the battle pass, which is good. And what's cool about the battle pass? I don't know why, but every so often I've been given like 100 Apex coins for like no reason. And I don't know why.
Are you sure you're not just like in your sleep, like spending some money on like 100 Apex coins?
No, like it'll come up on screen after like the end of a game. It'll show me like, you just got 100 Apex coins, and then I'll look on the battle pass, and that wasn't like the next reward for me to get. So I don't know. So I'm going to end up with 1,400 Apex coins by the end of the battle pass, at least, because I might get some random ones as well, which is enough to buy 2 battle passes, which is pretty cool. I've been watching quite a bit of competitive, like there was Twitch Rivals the other day, which was quite fun. And currently there's a pre-season, like a pre-TwitchCon tournament happening. So it's not even like the main TwitchCon tournament. To be invited to the TwitchCon tournament, you have to win or come second in a Twitch Rivals. So I've been watching the Twitch Rivals to see who's going to be on at TwitchCon, and I'm going to watch that if it's streamed. I don't know if it's going to be live streamed or if you actually have to have tickets to it. But currently there's a competition in Poland, which is just like a pre-season warm-up for a lot of the pros. And the winning team gets $500,000. So that's pretty fun.
It was a lot more in the Fortnite one though, weren't it?
Oh yeah, but it's Fortnite, isn't it? But that it wasn't a lot more, because there was 3 different tournaments in the Fortnite World Cup. Fortnite World Cup Trios prize. Because, obviously, the solos winner got 3 mil. But I don't know what the trios winner got. Oh, $1 million, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was $1 million. So, but that's split between 3 of them. So it's twice as much, and I'd say Fortnite's over twice as popular. So it's actually a pretty good prize pool. To say that, because you have to compare it to trios, don't you? Because if Apex put solos back in the game and had a tournament like with solos, that could be exciting.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose it's only the same thing as like when, what are they fucking called? Do it, when Fortnite does it. So.
Well, the difference for Fortnite is Fortnite started with solos and kind of had trios and like duos and stuff as the afterthought, whereas Apex started with obviously team based.
Yeah. It started with all of them though, didn't it? Fortnite, like.
Yeah, but as the main mode being solos, whereas Apex, like when you go on Apex, when you click on Play Apex, that's squads. So
yeah,
which it's incredible how Respawn's just not been listening to the community. It happens all the time with game companies, doesn't it? Where the pretty much the entire community tells them exactly what they should do, and they're just like, no. Because it's like that thing I was telling you about the overpowered guns not being nerfed, and they implement a game mode where those guns are like even more overpowered, and they nerf stuff that don't need nerfing, and also the community's all like, please, why didn't you just leave solos permanently? Just give us solos forever and get rid of this stupid game mode.
Did they not keep solo?
No, it were a 2-week trial mode. It were a limited time mode. This this like shotguns and snipers thing that they've got at the minute, that's also a limited time mode as well. So I think they're just trying out a bunch of modes, and then they're going to decide which ones to keep, which I can't blame them for. But when it's so obvious that solos is going to be a good mode, you should have solos in, definitely. That should be no question. Just implement that, and then they can try some other modes to leave in. Like one that I would do would be like a wingman only mode. To be honest, I think they should try. I don't know. Maybe they should consider doing stuff like different to other battle royales. Where I don't know why there's not been a mainstream battle royale with multiple maps yet. Like even if it were just like 3 maps. Because I don't see, there's no reason not to really, from what I can tell, other than it takes forever to like design and make a map and test it and that. But I'd have thought Fortnite could have done it by now, rather than just changing the same map over and over again. So yeah, that's my Apex thing at the minute. I want to play some ranked, but it's like it's doo-doo on your own when you have to rely on teammates that you don't know are any good. So there you go. That's games badly. What else you been up to, Judd?
Nothing. I really think I've just been waiting for this. Like
it's already consumed your life before it even came out.
Yeah. Like,
oh, you're going roboty.
Yeah. I've been working. I've been listening to podcasts. I don't think I've been up to anything else.
Well, you are frozen on the face, and you are being roboty. I hope we're not going to get some technical difficulties like the last podcast. We had to ditch a podcast last time because Judd's internet were just crap. And it'll be annoying if this one's like that too. Oh, why is he dead again? What the fuck? I hate this. I can never get anything done. Fucking hell. Honestly. The bane of my existence. Jesus Christ, right. Well, it looks like it's back down to just me again. This is a story of my life where I try and do something, try and make something happen. I work really hard, and just bad luck fucks me over constantly, and it genuinely makes me depressed. So please buy some merch to cheer me up. Buy some of my disgusting designs. And, support the sponsorship so we get more sponsors and all that sort of thing. That'd be good. If there's any sort of segments, if there's anything you'd like us to do, if you've got any questions that you'd like us to answer on the podcast, send us. You can leave a comment on YouTube, or you can send us a private message on twitch.tv/gamesbadly. Come and check out a stream and all that sort of thing. We play games badly, obviously. That's the whole reason it's called that. I'm going to try and keep talking here until we can get Judd back. I am kind of sick of having to work 20 times as hard as I need to for like half the outcome. I honestly fear of dying at like 50 of like a heart attack because of things like this. Oh,
no,
that's a Judd right there.
Nope.
Waluigi, what's up? What's the matter with you?
I don't know.
What's just your general problem in life?
I've got cancer.
Jesus.
I die.
And I know something you can tell.
I die from cancer. What?
I know something you can tell us about, you little fucking bitch.
I actually thought of something while I was gone. I went to go see Fear. Not fuck. I always want to.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I always want to say Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Do you know what's weird? This is exactly what I was going to say to you. You can tell us about that terrible movie that you went to see. I don't even need to know like anything about it. I know the general gist of it, that it's like an Oscar thing with DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in, and that is enough for me to know that's going to be a terrible film. It
was really slow. It was really boring, to be honest. Really hard to get
What is it about at all?
It's about...
What's the actual name of it for a start?
It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's it.
It's about this actor called Rick Dalton, who is like...
Dalton, what a stupid name.
It's about
just for context on that joke. One of Judd's siblings is called Dalton, and when he told us that it's your brother, isn't it? When Judd told us that his brother were going to be called Dalton, we just razzed on it because I don't know what it is about that name, but he's fucking stupid.
It is a weird name. It's just about this guy trying to like become even more famous than he already is, and then it's also about...
No, I've seen this one. It's called Bojack Horseman.
He did have a real Bojack Horseman vibe to it. And then it's also about his stuntman, who sort of tags along with him, and there's this sign. Well, no, like the main plot is them, like, you know, him trying to get famous, and like somehow his like stunt double ends up getting involved with like the Manson family, like as in Charles Manson, because it's set in that time, so that was like. So
they just shoved it in there, or?
No, it is like sort of the main thing, but it only slightly gets explored, like. In like a bit, like I'd say like 70% into the film, and then right at the end, like the last 5 minutes of the film are really good, but everything else is just so slow and boring.
Films like that suck. They're just terrible.
And it's just people talking, and then there's this like really weird side plot of Margot Robbie's character, who I still don't know the name of. And literally and she gets a good like 20 minutes of screen time as well. And so far, all I know that happens to her is that she goes outside, she watches a film, and she gets pregnant. That's it.
Right. Okay.
And there's like a good 20 minutes of that, and it's I don't know why Margot Robbie was in that film to do that such a small and insignificant part, and like. Nothing happens in that movie apart from like.
This is what I'm saying about any
minutes.
film like that. To be honest, I think the film I've enjoyed most that's like, you know, like an Oscar type film like that is probably La La Land, and it was good. It was good. I liked it, but that's it. You know, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it's Yeah, I thought it was really boring. The only cool thing about that whole experience is that we went to go see it on a 35 millimeter film reel
Oh,
because
right.
like it's meant to be like
That's
set
like
in
the
like an older
equivalent of
30.
listening to vinyl. Like, like listening to music on a
Yeah,
vinyl,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is
And
just objectively worse. It is worse. Like, it doesn't... 35mm film doesn't look better. Like, just
no, it doesn't.
objectively.
It
But
doesn't, and it
that's
doesn't
not the
add
point,
anything.
either.
It's just because it was like a new experience, and it
Yeah.
was kind of
I
cool
would
because
like to do it.
they were playing like all the ads like before
Oh, right,
the
yeah.
start of the movie, and it was it was stuff like there was like cigarette
Oh, like
commercials
those
and
Marlboro
stuff
ones that
like
you want.
yeah, like Flavor Country, Marlboro, stuff like that, and awesome stuff like that. And then this thing came on the screen, and it was like saying, for those of the cinema patrons who do not who do not like the smell of cigarette smoke, we have designated a specific area for patrons to smoke cigarettes. And like because there was like a steward sort of near me, and I got my cigs out and I put one in my mouth and I like looked up to him and I was like, "Can I?" And they like looked at me and went, "No." And I just thought I'd put it back away.
That's pretty good.
It was they were showing like old adverts and stuff like that, and that was nice. And it was nice sort of just watching the you might not get this, but when like you were just watching the movie, and every now and again you just hear like the slight crackle from like the film reel.
Yeah,
and
it's something I would like to do. I honestly would.
It's just for some reason there's something really cozy feeling about that.
Well, it's like I've got my tapes, and I have cassette tapes,
yeah,
which I don't listen to very often because if I want to listen to music properly, I'm not gonna listen to it on tapes. And it's like I wouldn't ever go. When Endgame came out, Avengers Endgame, I would have never gone to see that on film first, on like whatever millimeter film it is.
Yeah,
IMAX. It's got to be. That's the best quality. That's the best experience.
The idea is that it depends on the movie as well. Like
that's what I'm saying. In that it's for a specific purpose that can.
Yeah.
And it's very specific, and you can't. It annoys me when people say, "Oh, because it looks better," or for vinyl's sake, people say, "Oh, it just sounds better." It doesn't. It objectively doesn't. But that's not the point. You can still like it for other reasons. Yeah. I just wanted to mention that because it annoys me when people try and act like things like that are objectively better when they're just not.
I know it's not. It is obsolete for a reason, but I just like the experience of seeing it on like a 35mm film.
Same.
And I like seeing the old projector, like how it works and everything, and I like seeing it, and it was nice. But yeah, the film as a whole, just I've watched Tarantino stuff before. I love both the Kill Bills.
Is it supposed to be his last movie?
I don't know if it's meant to be his last.
I think I heard it's supposed to be his last. I could be wrong, but if it is, then fine. I don't care.
And he shows like shots of.
Oh no! He froze right. Wait! You froze right at the moment when you were saying that. Say that again.
Oh no! I was saying he shows shots of women's feet so many times in that movie. Like,
right.
There's a shot of Margot Robbie's feet twice.
It's weird.
There's a shot of this other girl's feet. There's a shot of another girl's feet. There's a shot of some guy's feet. Because Quentin Tarantino has like a thing for feet. Like, it's out there.
Oh, there's a lot of feet in his movies, isn't there?
Yeah, he just shoehorns it in his movies all the fucking time.
Well, Tesoteric's saying his internet's so bad he just wants to say hi. I hope I can watch. That's fine, Tesoteric. Hope you can watch too. If not, check it out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or something like that, because we've got a sponsor and we get money from that if you do that. So there you go.
We do. We get like a penny.
So yeah, I honestly, these big directors that you've got, your like Quentin Tarantino's, your what's the other one? Begins with A. He did The Shining.
Oh no, that's Stanley Kubrick.
No, Kubrick didn't do The Shining, did he?
Yeah, he did.
The Shining. director. Oh, it is. Yeah, well, him as well. And who did The Shining? Oh, Martin Scorsese, Alfred Hitchcock is who I'm thinking of. David Lynch. You know all these classical directors who are supposed to be gods, essentially, of directing.
It's Alfred
and Steven
Hitchcock.
Spielberg as well.
Is he the one who did not Schindler's List, Citizen Kane? Was that Alfred
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But to be honest,
Citizen Kane is one of the biggest overrated piles of fucking
honestly,
garbage
all those directors that are supposed to be amazing classical directors, apart from one that I'll get onto in a minute, the crap. Like, most of their movies are terrible. Like, they're the same as Oscar films. Like, people like say they're so good in that and so like artistically brilliant. When really, they're just not. They're just boring. And these are the type of directors who make those sort of films. The only one who's one of those, like, sort of top-tier directors that I genuinely do really like is Steven Spielberg. I actually think his films are great. They're nice adventure movies. So...
I like Stanley Kubrick.
The thing is, right, his films aren't good. Most of them. I'm telling you now. But you can like them still. Like, it's a similar sort of thing. They're just weird and kind of crazy most of the time, which is fine. You can enjoy that.
Yeah,
but it's not objectively good.
I think that's just what he does with his movie. Well, what he did is dead. It's dead, you see.
Well, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Whereas Steven Spielberg, I feel like, is the only one who makes like good, enjoyable films.
Yeah.
But if you want, like, sort of I watched a movie the other day that was really good. If you want sort of like an artsy drama that could be like an Oscar type film, I'd recommend a film called Don John. You know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he was in that Looper movie. Do you know who that is? Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah, I know him from Looper, but
he
not really anything else.
Tessa Tex says, "Why is Judd trying to eat a cable cutter?" I don't know. I think he's just picking his teeth with some random crap he finds on his desk. No, it's his first film he's ever directed, and he stars in it as well. And he's one of my favourite actors. And it's about a porn addict. But he's quite like an alpha male as well. Like he smashes every night, and he only smashes above an 8 out of 10, and this sort of thing, and sort of what happens to this guy. And I just found it quite interesting and fun. It's not like blown my mind or anything. I just thought it were a pretty nice movie to watch. So that's a good one if you do like that sort of thing. So yeah. Another thing, Judd, we need to go to that esports bar in Sheffield at some point. We should totally go sometime soon. We could do I wonder if we could like invite someone else to come with us and do like some squads on Apex or something, because that's like the most esports game that I know that we could play. Either that or like Hearthstone's kind of esportsy as well, isn't it? Because I'm guessing it has to be like games that they've got installed on the PCs there. Do you know much about it?
It's just a bar where you go play games. It's like,
what was it called again?
Meltdown. You should know. You've got a song coming out about it.
Meltdown Bar Sheffield. Here we are, Meltdown Bar. Let me put this on stream. Let's have a look at this, because I'd love to go here. Join the community. My bar. Where is it? Find my bar. She's city name. Hold on, I'm busy. People knocking on my door. There's one coming in Rome soon. The Vibe at Meltdown Sheffield. User staff on here. Cocktails served with... They've got counters for like... They've got like... You know, like you have stat trackers in games and that a lot of the time. They've got stat trackers on their websites for how many cocktails they've served without a hitch. Streaming hours broadcasted. And Shoryuken moves performed with flying colours. It says, since the bar opened, each party... Wait. Since the bar opened, each party with you has been unforgettable. It's impossible to count the number of new friends met, fits of laughter, or incredible moments shared. On the other hand, we have counted these, so those are the counters. So, it looks pretty good. There's not much information. There's literally one page.
It's nice. Website. I've been in there, and it's quite nice.
They've got I think they've got an esports team called Sheffield Black Swans, from what I can see on this.
All right.
And if these pictures are that I'm looking at the minute are like of this Sheffield one, it looks really good actually.
It is nice.
It looks busy. It looks like they've got DJs on. There's a picture of a bunch of stormtroopers behind the bar, like the bar staff dressed as stormtroopers, and it looks like they've got an esports team. So if we could go stream there, that'd be awesome. But I think it'd be down to like what games they've got installed there.
Yeah, they've got but there's nights where they only do a specific game. But from what I've seen,
it looks quite new as well because they've got a menu page on their website and it's not even finished. Like it says under construction on it. So
yeah, it's like League, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Dota. I think they've got CS:GO. Anything else? Is there anything else? I think they've got like Warcraft. I think they've got like all the Blizzard ones.
Yeah, we just have to see what we can play. If we could definitely play Hearthstone, and I'm sure that I can't see them like objecting to having Apex installed because it's free. You know, it's not like they have to pay for it or anything.
They might already have the Apex on. I don't know.
Surely they'd have Fortnite and things like that anyway. So it don't really matter. The point is just being in a bar and streaming, really, isn't it? That'd just be fun.
Yeah.
Tessoteric says, "What do you think of John Wick? What's your opinions on John Wick, Jim?"
I like John Wick. I thought the second one were a bit silly.
Have you seen the third one?
I've not seen the third one yet. No, I've not seen it. I do like it.
To be honest, I've only half watched the first one, and I like it. I think it's good. I think it's like the anti-Oscar film, to be honest, because it's not all like drama plot thing. It's basically, you know, you want to see the good stuff. We've got enough of a plot that it's kind of cool and makes sense, the reason why all this action's happening, and we're just going to show you a bunch of cool-ass action for a plot that's good enough. And I respect that. Like, I think that's a bold choice nowadays, and I think it paid off, and I think it's... like I say, I only half-watched it while I were like playing games or something, the first one. I've not seen any of the others. But I like the idea of it, and I think I do want to, like, watch all of them at one point.
They are good. So you've not seen any of them?
Well, like I say, I've kind of half seen the first one. Like, I get it. I get the premise.
You should sit down and watch it. It is a good film.
To me, I think the best scenario for watching a film like John Wick is like with like a few other lads, like, you know, with some drinks and like watching it and kind of like half chatting about it as well, because you don't need to sit and pay attention to it that much, do you, really? So
no, not really. No, it is a good film.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I wonder if is it quite a... Going back to the esports bar, have you ever even like heard of anything like that before? Is that like a... Because you know, at one point there were that trend, weren't there, for like dessert delivery places? You know, when they were like cropping up that you could like order and Just Eat and that. It's like an esports bar kind of something that's becoming a trend now, or...
No, there's always been places like that, isn't there? Since the first sort of thing has been like internet cafes. You know, like a lot of the time.
Well,
it's like places
cafes
in
were more like for people who don't have internet at home and want to just like do some business emails or something like that.
Yeah, but you know, there's like gaming cafes and stuff. A lot of the time, it's like in places like Japan and stuff. But I didn't think we'd get one so close to us. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that's been around for at least a few years.
They seem very rare in England, to be honest. Because I've just Googled esports bar near me, and that Meltdown bar in Sheffield is the only one that's come up. Like, there's no more. Like, on the entire first page. Second page, there's just none. Like, it says it's just coming up with different Meltdown locations. Because it's a chain, isn't it?
I didn't know it was a chain.
Yeah, it's a chain. Tessoteric saying, I recently watched Dunkirk. Have we watched it? No, and it's terrible. I don't need to watch Dunkirk to know it's terrible. That's one of those films that like we were saying, that any sort of Oscar type film, no, I'm not into it. I'm already very skeptical. The only one that I kind of enjoyed was La La Land. The one I always go to, that I always shit on to prove a point, is The Revenant. because it's just trash. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give you my Revenant speech again. It's just Leonardo DiCaprio going, crawling around on the floor for about 3 hours. It's terrible. Honestly, it's boring. And people say stuff like, oh, it's the first film to only ever be filmed with natural lighting.
Natural light.
I don't care. That's just worse. Like, great. That doesn't make the film entertaining, though. You know? It doesn't. It was such a boring film, and it went on forever. It didn't finish. There was some good acting in it, but honestly, nothing that amazed me.
I can't really remember The Revenant, to be honest. There were a few
cool fighting bits a bit. Dunkirk was a good Tessoteric saying Dunkirk was a good film. I mean, it's about World War II, but I think the film was entertaining. I honestly doubt I would find that film entertaining.
You won't like it at all.
It's those sorts of films are worse for me. Like, I like them even less than a normal person, but I still maintain, even for normal people, Oscar films, they're not good. People are just convincing themselves that they think they're good just because they've been nominated for an Oscar, and they're not. They're just not. They're boring. Go and watch Over the Hedge. That's an exciting film. There's a squirrel off his tits. It's great.
Over the Hedge is fucking sick.
I need to watch me some Over the Hedge again. You've not seen the new It movie, have you?
No.
It's Chapter 2. I'm gonna go see that tonight. What is your like sort of predictions on that? What do you think about that?
What are you're gonna go see it too tonight?
Yeah.
I think there'll be a clown.
Just hold on a sec, because Tessoteric saying he didn't know it was nominated. I don't know if it was nominated either, but it's like one of those types of movies, if you get what I mean. Like, it fits into the type of film that's nominated for an Oscar. Go on, Jude, carry on.
There's going to be a clown in it.
Do you know what? I hope there isn't. I hope there isn't. Because really, why would he just keep turning into this clown that they've already defeated? He can turn into whatever it wants and like prey on their fears. It don't make sense that it would turn into a clown again.
I think the idea is that he turns into what people find scary, and clowns are quite a universal fear. Like, it's said in the books that he likes preying on children a lot more than adults, because adult fears are quite esoteric. You know, like, I have the fear of
like adults are quite scared of Tessoteric.
Yeah, Tessoteric, yeah. It just appears to them as like this German guy is like, oh, hello, everybody. Like,
It's like your impression of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, close enough, obviously. Sorry, you forgot to do the hand gesture as well. Oh, hello, everybody. You can't see what I'm doing, but for legal reasons. I'm so sorry, Tessa.
Yeah, because you know, like, an adult might have like a fear of like money problems, or you know, getting to work, or disappointing his family, and Pennywise can't really appear as that, really, can he? So like, whereas like a kid might be like, I've got a fear of mummies, so he'll appear as like a mummy.
But thing is, I can totally see how they could. Yeah, it's kind of like a dumb person like, oh, I don't know how I could make it turn into something scary for adults. You totally could. It could turn into, if it's an adult, you could totally turn it into like, it's like one of their kids, like in rags, like with half the face like melting off of leprosy or something like that. You know, there's all sorts of things that.
Come on, Pennywise, get creative.
Yeah, but you know, it's like, obviously it's Stephen King, so the writing job's already been done. But he could have been more creative with it. Tessoteric saying, "Oof, all Germans are Nazi scums." They are. Wow. You're right, Tessoteric. For people who don't know what's going on, the context is Tessoteric, who's watching live on twitch.tv/gamesbadly. Come on, watch it live, yeah. He's German, so we're just razzing on him for the fun of it. I don't know, I'm kind of expecting it to be middle of the road, honestly. I think it's going to be a 5 out of 10. That's what I'm expecting. 5
out of 10?
Yeah. Like, just average, because the whole sort of setup and premise of it, already going into it, is a struggle. Like, it's an uphill battle to make it good. And that's not the fault of the filmmakers. Obviously, that's already been written, and it has to be done like that. Otherwise, they'd not be faithful to the source material. But I just think it's a bad starting point. And also, there's the hype from the first film. Yeah, it's kind of like... what's the last one? The Rise of Skywalker? Is that the last Star Wars film? That's coming from a terrible position, and the trailer's not making it look like it's going to be in an even better position. It's kind of like... It's not in as bad a position as that is, but it's not in a great position, I don't think, with the whole sort of setup and premise of it. So... Also, you know that weird, like, bully that, like, stabbed his dad in the throat in the first one? Spoilers. He's in it again, which is... But, like, as a kid, like, that same, like, age. The only reason I know that is because, for some reason, I was watching Good Mythical Morning, and he was just, like, he wasn't a guest on it. Like, he just appeared there sometimes in the background, like helping out, like a stagehand. Like, passing him stuff.
Huh.
I don't know, it was weird. It was real weird, but...
That is weird.
Also, he's Australian as well, so...
I thought you were going to say he just appeared behind Rhett and, like, stabbed him in the neck or something.
No, but, yeah, so that's how I know he's in it, if that's... Again, that to me just... I get that kind of, like, Stephen King stuff are kind of weird and a bit kind of artsily weird.
Yeah.
But... I don't know. I'm skeptical, for sure.
I think it'll be okay.
I want it to be good, but that's what I'm saying. I do still think it'll be okay. I think it'll just be, and that's all I think it's going to end up being, okay. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is there any other like movies or like games or on series coming out that are worth looking forward to? I don't think there is for the rest of the year, is there?
For this, yeah, Doom Eternals this year.
Is it? Oh, right.
Yeah.
That'll be quite a quick bash through of that game.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna get Doom Eternal on release. Because
I might get it on release.
£50 for a video game.
Yeah,
I don't have that much money unless a game unless I'm really excited for a game like Borderlands 3. Fucking Jesus Christ! Oh my God, Helena's just fucking snuck up behind me. Why did you do that? Why didn't you like text me or something say you were coming? Ah, my heart. We were just talking about it as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Was she wearing scary clown makeup or something?
Tesoteric, can you clip that for us when Helena's... I've just bashed my toe on my computer. That really hurt.
I'm sorry.
Fucking hell. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Well, what was I saying? What were we even talking about?
I don't know, some bullshit about video games.
Doom or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's just that games they're expensive.
Games are badly.
Games are badly.
Yeah, games are badly.
But yeah, £50 for a game now that's gonna get clipped to Esoteric. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to spend on a game, and that's not because it's a lot just in general now. With our economy, it kind of is at the minute, but it's more so that we don't really have the money to be spending that much on games currently, like us personally. Not so much you, but me.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think I'm going to get Doom on release, but I'm certainly going to have fun playing it like on my own, probably like next year, to be honest. I'm enjoying Apex too much to play like Apex, Doom, and Borderlands 3, so...
I don't know how you're still playing Apex, honestly.
It's because I don't just bitch about little shit that don't even matter.
Yeah, you could just play a good game.
What's your problem? Like, why are you such a whiny little shit, Judd?
My problem is that I have a more refined taste. I'm not like a scrub like you. I like playing games like Borderlands 3.
Well, let me just translate that into what it actually means. Of you're a little fucking bitch is what you are. Let me just I'm just gonna check out this clip that Tesso's made. Hold on. Let's watch. Really excited for a game like Borderlands 3.
Thing is, I'm
fucking Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
Send me a link to that.
Just fucking snuck it down. Oh, that was funny. Unless I'm... Oh wow. Well, there we go. I've sent you the link to that. That scary smile of your girlfriend.
What?
You are it. Chapter 2. Well,
I drool and dribble like Pennywise as well.
I feel like
I'm gonna sit in after the rest of the podcast like this.
I feel like I need a reset, and because we need to start the second podcast anyway. So that's the end of this podcast. Please check out links in the description, all that sort of thing. Check out the sponsor, Anchor. Yeah. Okay, see you in the next podcast where hopefully my heart's recovered.